welcome back to my channel. So happy to have you guys here. I'm especially excited because we are on the West Coast for the first time. Well, not the first time, I'm from California. For the first time for an apartment video tour. I'm actually out here for CES, which is one of the most influential tech events in the world. I'm going there with Android, which I will be sharing more about in a second here. They are the sponsor of today's video. And I'm currently in my childhood home in Orange County, which is really fun to be here. So I'm very excited to finally do some apartments on the West Coast as well. And today we're headed actually south down to San Diego to go see Lyss and Morgan. I have followed Lyssy Lou for a while on Instagram and just found out Morgan's her roommate, so it was a perfect combination. They have a super fun home, very colorful, that I've seen while following them. And they live in San Diego, specifically North County, which is one of my favorite parts of Southern California. I love it there so much. I lived in San Diego for several years. It is near and dear to my heart. That's where I went to university, and if you've been on my channel for a while, some of my first ever videos were like very beachy vlogs while living there. So we're focusing more so on North County, San Diego today, which is where they live. As usual, it's time for a history lesson. In the case of San Diego, it's important to actually go back all the way to native roots, to the Kumeyaay Nation, because going back thousands upon thousands of years, there's evidence of this being their ancestral lands all the way from North County down to northern Baja. This is original land that goes back basically as far as history can trace. And of course, there is the age-old devastating tale of colonization. So in 1769, Spanish missionaries arrived to this area and began a very brutal half-century campaign to then stamp out Kumeyaay culture. Let's fast forward a little bit more. In between 1820 and the mid-1900s, the stolen land was then passed from Spain to Mexico and then to the US. Specifically, after Mexican independence, this land was granted to Andres Ibarra in 1842 to build what he called Rancho Las Encinitas. And Encinitas is a Spanish word meaning little oak because there was an oak forest along El Camino Real. So that's where the name Encinitas comes from. So surf culture really feels to reign supreme in this area, and this came about with Hawaiian surfers coming to town in the early 1900s. The surf culture hit a boom in the 1960s, especially with the creation of the Wind and Sea Surf Club and the rise of local competitions and just the popularity of this laid-back community. There's still honestly a lot of similarities today, and it's still the epitome of this very laid-back, beachy surf town where it honestly feels like you've been blasted back to the 70s. A lot of the photos from the 1970s look very similar today. People drive old cars, they wear the same style and clothing, they listen to a lot of similar music as well. I love this area, it's so lovely. People there are so kind. It really does feel like you just stepped out of some like 1970s surf film, and it's a really gorgeous place to be. So before we actually head over to San Diego for the tour, I want to talk about CES, where I got to visit a smart open house essentially and tour the Google event space there. Google and Android have created this space that shows how different devices and technology all get along. So let's head on over to CES. Hello, we made it to CES. We're here at Google, which I'm so excited about because we're gonna go on a little home tour of sorts and see a bunch of different products that all work together in a kind of ecosystem with Android. We're gonna first check out this demo where there's this thing called Fast Pair, which I love, because you basically can pair a bunch of different devices from different brands all together under Android for the ultimate like smart home experience. So let's go check it out. Once you have your little home devices all set up and connected, you can basically set up your Nest Hub that once you turn off the alarm, it triggers all these sequences of events like turning on your music, turning on the lights, even getting your kettle going to kind of have that perfect morning routine. So next up, you finish your morning routine, you're making your way over to your office. Basically, everything is set up to help minimize distractions and get in the zone. Even as soon as you walk into your office, you can set up your system to immediately turn on the lights, lower the shades, put on some ambient music to help you focus. The last part of the day, we made it to the little evening section where essentially you can set up your whole system for the perfect evening night in. You can say, hey Google, it's movie time. The lights will lower, the movie will pop up on the screen, and you can even program your popcorn maker as part of the system to start making your popcorn. Come on over to my living room now for the next part of the tour. Basically, Google TV is built into this Sony, so all the streaming services are all built in so you can easily watch and you can play it off your phone. Next up, we're gonna talk about music. Probably one of my favorite elements. It's a bit of a music snob myself.
You can use Google Assistant on your Nest Hub at home
to play music in all the different rooms of your house and connect it to different spots. So you can connect to like the bedroom, the kitchen, you name it, for the ultimate audio listening experience. Hey Google, move my music to the bedroom. last up in our little tour is that we have the final destination, your garage, or your parking spot. You can use your phone as a digital car key using your Android to basically lock and unlock your car, which is really cool. I had an amazing time learning all about it. I got one recently. It's actually set up right here that I'm going to be bringing back to New York. And I'm excited to set up all my little routines to have it all ready for my day. And they actually sent me an extra one to give to Lyss and Morgan, which I'm very excited about because I'm going to get to give them a little surprise present at the end of touring with them. So stay tuned for that. So on that note, let's head to San Diego. Hey guys, I'm Lyss.
And I'm Morgan, and welcome to our three bed, three bath in San Diego. Yeah.
My name's Lyss.
And I'm Morgan.
This is Junie. There's 3 people who live here and 1 cat, and we all split up the rent.
And we pay $4,200 a month for this house.
We got this beautiful print. Sometimes I think the parents might think it's a little spooky. I love it though.
This is my office. This is a rented house, but I actually painted stripes on the wall right here. I have a clothing rack here too, and this is usually where I keep the pieces that I'm working with since I do fashion content on social media. And out here we have our bistro set that is super cute, and it feels like a little jungle out there. I needed storage in here because I have a lot of hobbies. I like to do lots of arts and crafts, but I wanted them to be different, and I found these lockers on OfferUp. Basically everything in this room is thrifted except for the desks.
Where's this lamp from? I
found that at an estate warehouse. 35 bucks, right?
This is the hallway. We just hung this up yesterday.
And this is our bathroom where I do the bathroom things.
This is our roommate's room. She's currently out of town.
And we got our garage. This is my bedroom. I have a gallery wall right here because you might recognize, but this is usually where I like film my TikToks. Everything on this wall is secondhand. I thrift like all of my artwork. I found these at an estate sale actually. These 2 at an estate sale, got them for $5 together, which is such a good steal. I really like the natural and mystical style things, and I try to incorporate that into like my 70s style. This is a cool piece that my friend drew for me. I got to meet up with her in London and she drew a picture of me from New York Fashion Week. Following me this way, we've got my nightstand that is from the 60s. Nightstand, yeah, I found it at the flea market. I have too many purses, so gotta turn them into decor. When you have a lot of clothes and not a lot of space, you gotta make it do. On this side, I have this really cool print that I actually found in the trash. I just recently picked up this guy, but I'm not gonna lie, like it's kind of weird when it's staring at you while you sleep. My first big girl purchase ever, because this is my first house that I've ever lived in on my own. The bed frame is from Floyd. Not cheap, but super well made, sustainable, and the bed sheets are from Bed Threads, which I've dreamt of owning a set, and they had a sale because it's sustainable linens. It takes more time to make than your average cotton. Genuinely the best sleep of my life. I put so much money into this bed.
So we call this Junie's land because this is where
Miss Junie lives.
the mystical, ethereal Miss Junie lives.
Oh!
When I toured this house to live in it, Lyss was already living here with a couple other roommates, and the place was all white. The color makes my life go around. And I just remember seeing Lyss and being like, this house is beautiful, but like, can we get a colorful rug in here? She liked it, and she found all this really cool vintage furniture for the living room before I even moved in.
So I found this couch on Facebook Marketplace, and I think it was my first like color purchase of my entire life.
I found a vintage YSL pillow at the thrift store.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of my pride and joy. I'm really glad it matches. This bottom book is really cool. It is a vintage Valentino book that has designer fashion in it. I found this at an estate sale. It was an expensive purchase for me in high school. I think it was 25 bucks, and I was like, ooh, I don't know. But like anything butterflies just like sold me.
This chair I found on the side of the road for like $10, and then this is just like a bathroom mat. And I was like, what if we just fold it in half?
Show me your best mirror selfies.
I do like
yes.
this so the plants like border me.
I like to do this one.
corner. She loves her little cat tree. This is her little bunny. This is Inuj. It means Junie backwards because it's her mortal enemy. She hates it, but she loves it. If I just put it, yeah.
She'll like,
Does she bite it?
yeah. Oh, she's like, nah, nah.
It's an immediate bite. From IKEA and I'm obsessed with it because it never has like watermarks on it or anything. I bought these chairs for like $200 for the both of them on some online store, and then I looked them up last year and now they're $700. So
Financial queen.
Yeah. I got this from an estate sale warehouse. When we first moved in, we were like, what are we gonna do with this room? And Morgan and I decided that we were gonna do colors revolving around this vase.
I was like pink,
so much.
purple, and blue. I was like, that's the centerpiece for this room. It needs to be. I got these prints from Drool. Lyss was able to thrift this pot, which I think is so cool. Love the colors. I went through a phase where I stopped taking care of my plants. But Lyss was there to
Plant mom.
Think about me, I'm gonna keep everybody's plants alive in this household. This is the best part of the house if you ask me. An electric mop. I use it every day. And it sucks up everything. See this little speck?
Gone. I think you just influenced me.
And this is my entire vinyl collection. It's all thrifted. Mick Jagger, which is really cool. I've got The Who, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. I cannot wait to be listening to my music while cooking. It's just so sweet.
This is our little breakfast nook. I bought this table for $60 one day. Dude, it just broke in half.
To paint the picture, I was downstairs in my bedroom and our other roommate was up here cooking dinner. And I literally heard the loudest crash. Like my mind was like, did the fridge fall over? Half of the table is on the floor. Like it just snapped in half. But my dad, he's pretty smart and we fixed it together.
I found this teapot at a consignment warehouse. I was like, ooh, I love the paintings, this is so cute. Morgan was at the Riddle, like, and she saw like the exact same teapot from the same artist for like $600.
It was like insane, and that was only like 10 bucks.
Yeah, $10.
If you like follow me on Instagram, this is what I make most of my morning drinks in. I love a good like matcha or latte, and this is my cup. It's Craig's cup.
Jeannie, sit.
Oh my gosh.
Spin.
It's a work in progress.
That is unreal.
Welcome to my room. This is where the magic happens. Not that kind of. One thing about me, I am constantly changing my bedding almost every week, I would say, because I feel like it changes the entire room. So I have like 9 different beddings that I just rotate through. I'm also allergic to Junie, so it's really good to change your sheets when you're allergic to your cat that loves to snuggle. When I saw this piece, I immediately was like, purchase, because it is the most beautiful thing to me. I love it because it kind of reminds me of like, you know, it reminds me of a feminine organ. This is from Urban Outfitters. And I was actually supposed to get a matching dresser, and when it came in the mail the other day, it was like completely shattered by a forklift. So we're gonna stick with the rattan for now. I just did this. It used to be like another beige neutral. And I was like, let's throw in some color. It's a chartreuse desk. I had to have a pink monitor. I was like, that's my #1 thing. This is from Urban Outfitters as well. These posters are from the Poster Club. So this is my little like TV area. My dried florals once again.
I love.
My little candles, these are from Etsy. This is my bathroom. I'm obsessed with it. We got the freaking robotic litter box, and this thing, it notices when Junie comes in, and then 7 minutes later, it will clean it all for you. Got a little plant over here. Yeah, that's a shower.
A gift!
Thank you! Google, you shouldn't have.
Well, she really does just like plop there.
Yeah. I do like, you know, internet things like social media and whatnot. I also do wedding videography, and I'm a videographer. And I've lived in San Diego for 4 years now.
I also do social media. I just do like fashion stuff on TikTok and a little bit of recipes and lifestyle stuff on Instagram, and I've lived in Oceanside for my whole life. I think that my personal style is all over the place. Maybe a little bit takes from like the 70s, but also really eclectic style. I love pastel Danish. I just love like a good 70s vibe with lots of plants and color.
And I'm all about being a girly girl.
Pink.
I love pink. I love pink and I love flowers and plants. I would just say like living my girl energy.
I feel like estate sales are a side of secondhand shopping that a lot of people either don't know about or are uncomfortable with. An estate sale is what people do when someone either passes away or moves into like a living facility and they basically need to sell their whole house. So the pieces you're gonna find there are typically older, but what I love about it is that I'm like seeing someone's full aesthetic, and it's a dream when you find someone that has your same style. You can use, I think it's called estatesale.com. Just look up your like address, your city, your postal code, and it'll show you what days are going on around you. They're usually on the weekends, or I look on OfferUp or like Nextdoor or Facebook for people's ads.
And then I'm curious, your tips on Facebook Marketplace, because I'll go on it, I'll be like, I don't know where the hell to start.
I feel like I'm always looking for something particular, but also I feel like Facebook Marketplace's algorithm is like actually low-key really good.
Yeah, the more
they'll be like picked for you, and I'll be like,
we live in North County, which is the upper half of San Diego County, so we're not actually from the heart of San Diego. I just love North County because it is a laid-back, like surfer city, and it's very diverse, which I love. I was able to grow up around lots of different people and cultures. It's a lot more affordable. It hasn't blown up as much yet as South Counties.
I feel like my favorite part about this place is that I'm always seeing like really young families like walk by with their kids, and they're so cute. And we're really close to Orange County, and we're really close to LA.
There is a huge 70s influence in North County that I love. I just love that we live so close to the beach. I can walk there. The cutest old cars drive by all day. Everyone's always walking around shoeless or shirtless.
Everybody's always walking down with their surfboards because we live right on pretty much a block from the beach, and then there's like a little boardwalk that everybody's just always out on, rain or shine.
Yeah.
It's so fun.